as your biggest asset, you're at a good place, man. You won't age faster, you're reducing the risk of stroke and all those other diseases, your Alzheimer's and all those things, man. Sleep is good for you, man. I know we have to grind, I know we encourage motivation and say, man, don't sleep, man. Sleep is for the poor and all those things. At the end of the day, you just have to make sure you take care of yourself, man.
My dream. I go beyond the fears and limitations of other people. I am a Motivore.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of Motivore, man. You are your biggest asset, man. Therefore, you have to treat yourself as such, man. Because now, even at your business, you have to make sure that it's serviced, it's insured, your employees are happy, and machineries are working and are well serviced, and everything is going smoothly. But we forget to take care of ourselves, which is us, because without us, that business wouldn't exist at the end of the day. I know you're making money while you are sleeping, but at the end of the day, you have to continue to be CEOing and CFOing and delegation, and you have to create ideas, because the person who's going to have the company's interest at best is yourself. Although employees have your company's interest at best, but at the end of the day, you are the ultimate person, you are the engine, you are the nucleus behind the whole operation thing, man. Which means you have to take care of yourself so that you are at a competitive state. So today, I'm going to talk about sleep, man. Everything sleep, because sleep is very important. It's okay to keep on grinding and grinding. I know sleep is for the poor and all those things. You have to sleep at the end of the day, man. Don't do that to yourself. Because now, broke people sleep 8 hours a day. You want to sleep faster and all those things. No. Sleep is important, ladies and gentlemen. You have to make sure you get enough rest so that your body can regenerate. A lot of great things happen during your sleep, man. Sleep is good for you. You have to make sure that you sleep, lest you will break down and all those things, man. It's only the maniacs that don't sleep, man. It's only the bipolar people that don't sleep. It's only the mentals, the schizophrenics that don't sleep, man. You are a normal person, man. You just have to make sure, man, that you sleep, man. However, there are controversies about the amount of time that one goes to sleep. Some say 6, some say 7, some say 8, But the truth of the matter is we are different human beings. We require different amounts of sleep each and every day. Like a 2-year-old requires more sleep than the 18-year-old who's a student at the end of the day. And the 18-year-old differs from the 85-year-old who's an elderly, man. You would need different amount and quality of sleep. And therefore, you have to treat yourself as an individual. Individualize yourself when it comes to this thing. Same applies to water intake, man. Individualize, man. Same applies to food intake, man. Individualize, man. I may need 2 pieces of bread. She may need 5 pieces of bread. Depending on what you eat next and all those things, your eating patterns and how many times you eat a day and all those things, man. They are factors to this thing. You just have to sit down with yourself and say, this is what I require, this is what I need, this is the amount of sleep that I need, it's the amount of food that I need, it's the amount of water that I need personally, but we standardize these things to make life easier. Like sleep, for instance, 7 to 8 hours is fair for everyone. You will get what I'm saying. Of which that's what we're gonna work with. 6 to 8 hours, man. More than that, it's problems for you. Less than that, it's problems for you. So we just have to make sure you sleep enough, man. So there are 4 stages of sleep at the end of the day, man. The first stage, which is stage 1, NREM stage 1. It's your transition period between wakefulness and sleep, which lasts for something like 5 to 10 minutes, depending on who you are. You just have to individualize this thing, differs from person to person at the end of the day. And REM stage 2, it's when your body temperature drops, your heart rate begins to slow down, your brain begins to produce, some sleep, spirals and all those things, and your brain waves and all that. I don't want to get there, man. I'm talking to a fellow human being right here. I'm not talking to my colleague. If I was talking to a doctor, I was going to talk about scientific stuff, I don't want you to lose me, and I don't want you to lose me. I don't want us to lose each other in a share. Yeah, so this stage lasts about approximately 20 minutes, for an average human being. Then you go deeper now to stage 3, which is where your muscles start to relax, your blood pressure and breathing rate start to drop. This is where your deep sleep occurs. This is the kind of sleep that you need. You get what I'm saying? That's where you're well rested now, I would say. That's where you're trying to get yourself, Then we have the fourth stage, which is deeper than that now. That's the REM sleep, man, where your brain becomes more active and your body becomes relaxed and immobilized. This is, at this point, you're dreaming, ladies and gentlemen, and your eyes are starting to move like a lunatic and all those things, man. It's something you wouldn't see, man, but something if you look close at someone who's sleeping, you can tell this guy must be on REM. Look at his eyes, he's more relaxed, and yeah, all those things. That's the kind of sleep that you need as well. This REM, so there will be an alternation between the stage 3 and the final stage 4, which is the REM sleep now. So it will alternate maybe something like 6 to 8 times, because as you sleep, you don't dream the whole 8 hours of your sleep. No, it will come in episodes. You go from 3 to 4, 3 to 4, others 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 3, 2. It depends on someone. You get what I'm saying to you. But what I'm trying to emphasize is you want to get yourself on stage 3 and 4 as much as possible, because as those dreams occur, your brain is consolidating some thoughts and all those things, putting things in order. Your brain is resting, toxins are being cleansed from your brain. A lot of great stuff and benefits are happening at this point, which is why you need to improve on the quality of your sleep. How do I improve the quality of my sleep? Number 1, make sure that you sleep at a very quiet place, that doesn't disturb yourself from your sleep. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, quiet place. If it's not a quiet place, maybe you're a city person, you implement some white noise, If you don't have some instruments or devices that can create white noise, you can just put on something that has a constant noise in it, like a fan, for instance. Put it on high, that creates a white noise, you're able to sleep. You get what I'm saying? In some lodges or hotels or, rental estates, they put on some water, some waterfall or some statue that drops some water. That, in a sense, is there not only for decoration, but to create a white noise. Once the noise is constant, your body starts to relax, and you're able to sleep. But if there's an inconstant noise trying to poke you and all those things, your body will become alert and you wake yourself. It's just more like a defense mechanism or of some sort. You get what I'm saying? So make sure you check your environment, implement some white noise of some sort. That will help you to sleep nice. Number 2, you can be in a position whereby something like 3 to 2 hours before you sleep, you just have to avoid screens, man. Your phone, your laptop, your TV, all those things. You just have to avoid them, because now there's a light in there. you just have to make sure that you avoid that, because that light keeps you awake. Your body's created in a way that when it sees light, it stays awake. At the absence of light, it creates some hormones that help to induce sleep. You get what I'm saying? Therefore, you get to sleep. That is why we have those blindfolds in the airports and all those things, or aeroplanes inside the plane, or you can even buy them, your blindfolds. I don't know I forgot what they call them. Whereby, as you close your eyes, you're blocking that light. That hormone is able to produce and induce some sleep. That is why some of you're unable to sleep when there's light. You have to switch off the light so that you can fall asleep. It's natural. You get what I'm saying? That is why we are awake during the day and go to sleep during the night, because that's the time where there's less light involved. You get what I'm saying? So we avoid the screens. If by all means you can avoid screens to maybe because of a job or whatever, or you have to do an assignment, or I don't know, or whatever, you have to just apply a blue light filter on your screen. If it's on your phone, you have to apply. There are apps that do that and all those things. Blue light filter, it filters that kind of light that actually induces those hormonal changes in your eyes and all those things in your brain, whatever. So you apply that blue light. It's called a blue light filter. It stops that light, and then you are left with whatever, then the light that is harmless to your sleep, and that can be able to induce good night's sleep. How do I avoid that? You can maybe engage in some reading, man. Engage in some reading. Read the books 30 minutes before you sleep. That can also help. It helps other people. Number 3, on how to improve the quality of your sleep, to make sure that when you wake up, you don't hit the snooze button. You wake up, just be disciplined to wake up right there and there. What will that do to yourself? Because now, as you are maybe in an stage 3 or stage 4, you hit that snooze button, right? You go back to sleep. Your body is saying, let me just relax. I guess I might as well just sleep. It will ring after 10 minutes, right? That's an average of a phone ringing after you snooze it. Then you wake up, you go from REM, you snooze again, you go back to sleep. And then now your body will now try to force you back to the REM sleep. At this time, you are thinking, I'm late for work or for school or whatever. You force yourself up from sleep, right? But your body is actually on that REM sleep at a subconscious level. So you're always fatigued throughout the day. Your quality of life diminishes. Productiveness diminishes because of a snooze button. I know it doesn't happen to most of you, but just take that into consideration. Just pay attention to that. Because now you set an alarm at 6. You keep snoozing until 7:15. That's when you wake up, because now I'm late. You're on panic mode. You will feel somehow. Just record on your day, during the day, and how will it be? Come and tell me about it on the comment section. That helps a lot, man. When it's time to wake up, you wake up. One thing I can tell you, if you want to improve on waking up in the morning, make sure you sleep. That's another tip now. Sleep at the same time each and every day. And make sure that you have what? You actually plan this thing. I need 8 hours in my sleep. Therefore, I want to wake up at 6. Therefore, I want to go back 7 hours before. Or 8 hours, just to create that thing before you are in a light sleep and all that thing. You make sure you create a bigger margin, and then you are in a position whereby there will be times where you will wake up without an alarm. 5 minutes before your alarm rings, you're already awake because your body is accustomed and you are making sure you're sleeping enough. Because if you have to hit the snooze button, most probably you didn't sleep enough. So you have to increase the quality of your sleep, man. Quality of my sleep is very important, man. As a doctor, I value sleep a lot because we work long hours, man. We push 24 hours. At some point, it can push to 36 hours, because of lack of staff and all those things and infrastructure, and I don't want to delve into that, So you need sleep because you're standing most of the time and it's a demanding job, man. It requires your brain to be at work at all times. One small mistake, a patient can die, can overdose and all those things. It's a lot of pressure, which requires me to sleep each and every day, man. That's why it's very important to make sure that I sleep well, And then at the same time, another tip about sleeping well, making sure that you have a quality of sleep, is to make sure that you avoid certain foods that contain caffeine especially. You must know when to take coffee. Don't just take coffee any time of the day, especially if you are planning to sleep that day, unless maybe you have to pull an all-night and all those things. That's a different topic for another day. So metabolism of coffee, people say it's 6 hours. Avoid coffee from 6 p.m. upwards. I would say 12. It affects the quality of your sleep because you'll stay awake because of that coffee. You won't be able to sleep right. It disrupts the regularity of your sleep. And therefore, you are unable to rest well, which impacts your performance at the end of the day. So, from afternoon, you stop with coffee, man. If you want to have a proper sleep, you stop with the coffee. And then you make sure you engage in other things that don't contain caffeine, Some say decaf helps. I believe it does help. If you love your coffee, at least take decaf or something. Decaffeinated coffee. Yeah, so you have to make sure that you are at a position whereby your coffee doesn't disrupt your sleep. If there are other tips that I left behind, man, just make sure that you add them on the comment section. Let's teach each other, man. Making sure that we are sleeping right, making sure that we are sleeping enough, man. Making sure that we have a good quality of sleep. Because just because you slept 8 hours doesn't mean you had a good quality of sleep. You can sleep 8 hours and still wake up tired. Why? Because there are factors affecting your sleep, like depression and stress and anxiety, for instance, insomnia and all those things, man. Your mood disorders, they affect your sleep. You just have to make sure that those are on check so that you may have enough sleep, quite good quality sleep, which makes sure that as your biggest asset, you're at a good place, man. You won't age faster, you're reducing risk of stroke and all those other diseases, your Alzheimer's and all those things, man. Sleep is good for you, man. I know we have to grind, I know we encourage motivation and say, man, don't sleep, man. Sleep is for the poor and all those things. At the end of the day, you just have to make sure you take care of yourself, man. To increase your lifespan, to increase the quality of your productivity at the end of the day. It's been another episode of Motivore, man. Stay tuned for more. You are your biggest asset at the end of the day. Cheers.